Welcome back to another episode on the ToffeeGames channel. Today, I've been working so hard on a spreadsheet, guys, and I'm finally able to say I'm very happy to release it. This is the ToffeeGames Reselling Profit and Loss Tracker. Essentially, what this spreadsheet is designed to do is to organize your purchases, your inventory, your sales, and your profit with minimal manual work. There will be some manual work included, but I can guarantee this will be very beneficial to your business or to your reselling business. Now, I'm not going to go through the stats here. I would recommend going through this in your own time. Today's episode, we are going to check out how to exactly use the spreadsheet for maximum capability. Firstly, this is the main dashboard. There's a bunch of months going up from August 26th all the way up to March 30th. And essentially, whatever information you enter in per month is going to appear in this main dashboard. So all these different columns you have here, they will be pulled from August, September, October, giving you an average at the end or a total. I'm not going to explain what all of these mean, but I will go through it once we are entering some information on a specific month. This is an example month. So essentially what this is that this is a example of what the sheet should look like. And as you can see by the information, a lot of the information is fake purely for example purposes only, but this is what your spreadsheet should look like per month. Finally, this is another master sheet. If you ever want to add in another month, just copy and paste this, label it as April 2030, as that will be what the next month, which I haven't done. You should be able to use the spreadsheet for at least 3 years, giving you some valuable intel. So let's get started, guys. So we are on our first month. Now, I'm going to show you as if I'm a brand new person using this spreadsheet. So if you're ever stuck, guys, please be aware that you can just click something like this. So you can click the title and it will say product bought, enter a brief summary of the products included in this purchase bundle. So if you ever get stuck, guys, on what to enter, make sure you click on this. It'll tell you exactly what to enter. Now, this looks complicated, but it's really, really not. So if I purchased, say, 5 items from Facebook Marketplace, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to this. I'm going to find 5 items. Click 5 items. It'll take you straight there with a hyperlink. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy and paste all of this. Copy and paste. Head back into the month. Make sure I'm on product bought. Paste. And it will be entered in here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter some of the information. I'm probably going to skip this in the video just to make sure that it's not too boring. So, products bought, switch games. So we're going to go switch game 1. Now what I would recommend, guys, is that you actually enter the actual game it is. Just for this purpose, I'm going to enter switch game 1 and 2 because I'm being lazy. Now, listed, yes. If you've listed the item on eBay, Vinted, whatever, make sure you copy this as listed. Because if you don't have this as listed, then it will appear by here saying, look, there's £20 worth of stock that you haven't listed, and the £20 is what you purchased it for, not what you're going to sell it for. So let's say we purchased this for £50. As you can see, some of the information is filled in by here. Then, if the item has sold, enter the selling price. So if you sold it for £15, £15. Sold this one £20, £20. Sold this one 25, sold this one for 30, sold this one for 35. That's actually, let's say £2. Now, what this cost per item needs is that the buy-in price and the cost per item. So what we're going to do is 50, which is the price I paid, divided by how many items there are, which is 5, as we have 5 rows, and that gives you a total of £10. So we're going to do a scroll down, and then what we're going to do is head over to this, go to accounting to make sure it's in the same, and we need to make sure that it is minus, because that's the cost per item. And say if it was minus £5, that means we're missing £5. This is £45, this is £50. So it will come up by here saying minus £5. Please check your buy-in price against your cost per item, allowing them to match. What I'm going to do is minus £10, and boom, it changes. This goes back to 0, which is perfect. So cost per item and buy-in price needs to match. We have it to delivery costs. Now, enter the delivery cost, but make sure you enter a minus, guys. You need to enter a minus in cost per item, delivery costs, and buy-in price. This is absolutely essential. and it's absolutely essential you do it in fees also. So let's say if you don't have any fees, you can just leave this blank, which is what I like to do. Finally, sold on. So if you sold this on eBay, type in eBay. If you sold this on Facebook Marketplace, type in Facebook Marketplace. If you sold this on online, maybe Depop, put online. If you sold this as cash, do cash. And if you do another eBay, say it's eBay. Now we have all that information typed in. This will give you a profit per item. So £2.30 is what we made from the first game. £7.30 is what we made from the second. £12.30, £17.30. And unfortunately, we did lose money on the last game within the bundle. But what's more important is the profit per purchase, which is £28.50. So we just made £28.50 on a Switch game bundle we purchased from Facebook Marketplace. And finally, just enter the location I bought it, which was Facebook Marketplace. So now we can see we just made £28.50 within this specific bundle. All this information by here will get put into your automated formulas on monthly stats and full info up here. So as you can see, we made £92 revenue, as you can see by here. Purchase, we paid £50. Profit before expenses, which is just the selling price. The expenses, which is the delivery costs and the fees. And the total profit is £28.50, which is exactly right by here. This information, return on investment, is important just to show how much you're making per month, and profit margin is how much profit margin you're making per month. This, I think, is fantastic just for showing you bits of information. So if you want to know how many bundles you purchased this month, head over to here. If you want to know how many items you sold this month, head over to here, and etc. Just go through this, make sure you're happy with all this information, and yeah, you should be a happy bunny once you know all this information by here. Finally, on the spreadsheet, you'll have something called update with expenses. So this can be absolutely anything, guys. If you buy brown tape, if you buy packaging, if you have subscriptions on eBay for the eBay shop, stuff like that, really. So we're going to do one right now. We're going to go to 03. What's the date today? I don't even know what the date today is. 08/26. And the supplier, anyone can be the supplier. So let's just say Amazon is the supplier. The expense itself, let's just say we purchase some brown tape. There'll be a category right here with a drop down. What you're going to do is you're going to go through all these drop downs and find out which one it relates to. For me, it's office supplies, brown tape, cost needed. Make sure you do a minus in this, guys. So minus £10, let's say. Notes, just say needed for packaging. This also changes the information by here. So now we've entered yellow territory, which is we need improvement on our return on investment and our profit margin. For me personally, 30% profit margin is green, 10 to 29% is yellow, and then below 10% is red, which needs violent change because you shouldn't be getting out of bed for less than 10% profit margin because there's too much risk involved. So now we've just done one, we're going to do another one. So say we bought another bundle off eBay. We're going to head over to here. We're going to say it was only one item. We just bought, I don't know, Gears of War E-Day. So we're going to head over here, copy and paste, make sure you copy and paste it in products bought. So let's say Gears of War E-Day Xbox Series X. So just a little bit of information needed by here, copy and paste that if needed. Let's say we bought it for £30. That's a bargain, £30. We haven't even released it yet. Let's go to yes, it's listed and it's been sold for £75. Remember, guys, cost per item relates to the buy-in price. So make sure you do buy-in price, which is £30. You don't need to divide anything. Remember, guys, it's always the buy-in price divided by how many items it is, which is 1, which is easy. We can just type in 30. Say we paid, I don't know, you wanted express delivery. So we paid £5.95. The fees, we got hit with a few fees, so £2. And we sold it on, let's say, eBay. And we bought it from eBay. Now that's perfect because we just entered all that information relatively quickly because we know that information on hand, which is then added that information to these monthly stats and for the info. And as you can see, the highest return on investment bundle has now changed to Gears of War E-Day Xbox 360, and the highest return on investment we made on that was 123.50%. Now, this is essential that you follow this guide, guys. I would like everyone to be using the purchase templates. So if you buy an item for 18 items, you copy and paste this, head over to August and just copy and paste it below, enter all the information that is required, and it will all align in here. And now if we head back to dashboard, all that information will be inserted into here, and the monthly profit trend will change. So as months go along, you will find that this is either going up, going down, and you can then create trends based on what the actual graph is showing you. Now, guys, that's essentially the spreadsheet. It's very simple to use. There's not much manual work you need to do. For those who wanted to stay for the video for more information about the spreadsheet, I'm going to be handling that information right now. So I really appreciate everyone who stays in the video and found exactly how to use the spreadsheet. Now we're just going to go over a few more details that are essential, but not too essential to a point where you need to watch a video. So this will be the drop down. So if we head back over to August, you will see that in location I purchased this bundle from, I entered eBay and Facebook Marketplace. If you ever want to change this, head over to here. But I do not recommend changing any of this, because if you do change it, you have to change it for each individual month, and that's just not productive. There will be loads of guides per sheet. So if you ever want to change anything, I've entered a bunch of information down here. Also, business expense list, which I've shown you previously, and selling platform list, which I've shown previously. And like I say, it goes all the way up to March 30th, which is really, really good. Not a lot of spreadsheets do this. They'll do it on a yearly basis, but I'm giving you guys 3 years worth of data. So let's head back to start here. What's important is that you watch this tutorial. This is the best way to learn exactly about how the spreadsheet operates. Now, this is a step-by-step guide if people don't like watching YouTube videos, which I've entered in here. I mean, for me personally, watching someone do it is more beneficial than reading a bunch of instructions. So just a lot of important information, which we're quickly going to run through. Never overwrite formula cells. Now, guys, with the dashboard, the example month, and the start here, I've made sure you can't edit any information, just make sure all the formulas are actually working. And like I say, every single month is allocated and will be produced in the actual dashboard itself. If you do require any assistance with this spreadsheet, guys, support is available. For one, there is email support. I've included my personal email, so if you ever need information on a spreadsheet or need help, just give me an email. But what I would suggest, guys, is that you join the Discord, head over to the profit and loss tracker category. There you will see something called Spreadsheet Support Channel, where you can ask questions, report issues, and receive help using the worksheets. The Discord server can be found via any official ToffeeGames social media platform. So TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, it will all be there. So let's head into the FAQs. Can this workbook be used for tax returns? Personally, I would say no. This is more a business management doc, keeping tools to help you monitor your purchases, your inventory, your sales, and your profit. It shouldn't be substituted for professional accounting records or submitted as evidence for tax assessments. Always keep copies of your original receipts, invoices, and financial records, and consult an accountant or a tax advisor if required. Can I add more monthly sheets? Yes, of course you can add more monthly sheets. I've done it all the way up to March 2030, but if you do require, there will be a master sheet copy only. But please be informed that you will need to edit the dashboard and other stuff to make sure that the formulas are correct. Can I customize workbook? Of course you can. You can customize workbook to your heart's content, but for the sole purposes of releasing it, it will be sent in this format and you can change it however you like. And I say this time and time again, I always recommend creating a backup before making any significant changes. Finally, can I sell or share this workbook? No, this is licensed for personal use only. Redistribution, resale, sharing, or uploading any part of this workbook without permission from ToffeeGames is prohibited. What should I do if I accidentally delete a formula? If you have accidentally deleted a formula, select undo in the top left corner, which is by here. I'll circle it right now. Alternatively, you can restore it from a backup copy, copy the cells when you paste it, right click and paste formula, or ask for help in the ToffeeGames Discord under profit and loss tracker, then spreadsheet supports. And that is it, guys. That is essentially how you use the spreadsheet. I hope you found this beneficial. And if you have any questions, just message me in the Discord. But this sheet should be fit for purpose. If you do encounter any problems, please message and let it be known. Shout out to every single person who purchased this sheet or is using it currently. I really do appreciate it.